guys, here we are. We're talking about problem number 9, which was the problem from section 3.6 in the book that seemed to give students the most trouble. So what I did was basically put the two equations from the frequent phoner plan and the small business plan from Monday's example that we did in class. Those are in my calculator right now for Y1 and Y2. And if you recall from Monday, we basically have those two equations where the first company charged you 20 cents up front and then 17 cents for every minute beyond that. Y2 would charge you 50 cents up front for the first minute and then 11 cents for every minute beyond that. Here's what that graph looks like when you graph it. Okay? So we have the one phone company starting a little bit lower on the screen and the other company starting higher on the graph. And then the one catches up, of course, because it had the higher slope. My window that I used was 0, 10, 1, 0, 200, 1. If you want to pause it and punch those into your calculator, go for it. So that's what the graph looks like. And with that problem, basically, you're looking at getting charged no matter if you use 3 1/4 minutes, you would get charged for that extra quarter of a minute. If you talked on the phone for 3.9 minutes, you would get charged for that extra 0.9 minutes that you talked on the phone. Problem 9 changes that so that if you talk for any time over a certain integer, for example, 3. If you talk for 3.25 or 3.9 minutes, you only get charged for the 3 minutes. Okay? If you go anytime over 4 but don't reach 5, you would only get charged for 4 minutes, and so on. That function is known as the greatest integer function. And what it does is whatever input that you give it, it will round down to the nearest integer. Okay, let's go to a blank screen here and show you how that works. You go to the Math menu, and then over to the Number menu. Option 5 is the greatest integer. And what the greatest integer does is no matter what input you do, 3.25 for example, it will knock off the decimal and make it a 3. If we do the greatest integer, Math, Num, 5 of 3.9999999, I don't care how close it is to 4, it rounds it back down to 3. So you don't get charged in this problem until you reach the next integer number of minutes. To incorporate into your y equals, we need to scroll over to where x is, and you're going to insert. I did second, insert, Math, Num, int. So it's going to take the integer of your x input. After that, you need to make sure that you insert, second, delete is how you insert. Close the parentheses right after the x. So be very careful. That's exactly how the y1 equation should read. Let's go down to Y2 and see it again. Remember, the beauty of the video is you can rewind and watch me do that again. You can pause it while you're trying it on your own calculator. Instead of just taking 11 times x minus 1, we want to take 11 times second, insert, Math, Num, the Number menu, number 5. After the x, you want to close those parentheses. Second, insert, close the parentheses. Your two equations must look exactly like that in order for this to work. When we go back to graph, you're going to see a much different set of graphs. Instead of a nice smooth line, it's going to be steps. Boom, 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 going up the scale. Okay, my calculator did a pretty good job of graphing that. Your calculator may be graphing that as a sort of a solid set of stairs that are connected. Calculators seem to just have different personalities here. Sometimes yours might be, right here we have right here, you see here we have these steps going up, and mine are separated. Your calculator might look more like this. It might go over, up, over, up, over, up, over, up, and it might not be separating like that. That's okay. That's not a big deal. What we want to see here is we want to now trace on the calculator. And you notice that no matter what the input is, I'm going to scroll back a little bit. I'm tracing on this bottom set of stairs. This is the plan that costs 20 cents at the beginning and then 17 cents for each additional minute. I'm in trace mode and I'm going to press 2. If I talk for 2 minutes and hit enter, I would get charged 37 cents. If I talk for 2.2 minutes, enter, I get charged 37 cents. 2.6 minutes, enter, I get charged 37 cents. I don't jump up to the next dollar amount until I get past 3. Boop, the cursor jumps up. 3 minutes would cost 54 cents. 3.6 minutes would cost 54 cents. 3.9999 minutes would cost 54 cents. You don't get charged the next amount. You don't get charged 17 cents more until you get to 4 minutes. And then it jumps up. Sorry about that. Then it jumps up to 71 cents. All right, so that's the proper input that you should be using for number 9 in your graphing calculator. Go ahead and continue with that problem. Read parts B and C, and do some analysis, and we'll talk about it tomorrow in class. See ya.